Chapter 1166. Wilbur wrenched the door of his car open. He got out and walked up to his driver. "Return the slap." "Whoa, what?" The driver stared at Wilbur in surprise. Wilbur frowned. "You just got hit for no reason. Aren't you going to fight back?" "That's General Emmer's car. He's General Emmer's driver." Wilbur's driver lowered his head, not daring to say another word. Despite the fact that he worked for the president's office, he was merely a driver. Leo Emmer, however, has been a hot topic in the president's office as of late. Leo was a close friend of the president and controlled the president's personal protection team that made him Manon's youngest lieutenant. Leo had been relentlessly taking out the remaining forces in Manon who were trying to riot to avenge Maddox in an attempt to climb up the ranks. Word has spread that the next defense minister was going to be announced during the banquet at the president's office. That would make Leo one of the most powerful men in all of Manon. There was no way this nameless driver would dare to offend him. Even if the lawsuit reached the president's office, was the driver really expecting them to take his side? However, Wilbur was insistent on getting his driver to fight back. His driver remained dead silent, not daring to do anything. Just then, Leo's driver looked over at Wilbur coldly. "And who the hell do you think you are to be barking like a dog in front of General Emmer? I'm your worst fucking nightmare." Wilbur gave Leo's driver 2 slaps in the face. The driver was stunned by the slaps and spat out a few bloody teeth. Wilbur's driver turned pale immediately from fear and shock. That was Leo Emmer's driver. There was no way this incident would end well. Shepard got out of the car and looked into the Hummer. At the same time, the passenger door of the Hummer was opened to reveal an uptight-looking soldier in his 30s. The man was tall and lean, his uniform clinging to his form perfectly as he radiated an air of authority. Wilbur's driver broke out into a cold sweat. Leo's presence seemed to fill him with unending terror. Leo frowned, turning over to Wilbur. Wilbur looked back at him coldly. The air seemed to freeze over as both of them locked eyes. Wilbur's driver felt as if he was going to pass out at any moment. It was a terrifying situation to be in, and a mere driver like him could hardly take the mental stress. Just then, Leo piped up, "I've got somewhere to be, so I'll let you go for now. What you need to remember, though, is that I'm the only person allowed to hit my staff. I'll come back to settle the score with you later. I hope you're prepared." Wilbur barked out a laugh. "Fuck off with the big guy act, man. I don't care if he works for you or not. He's getting what he deserved." Wilbur's driver was as pale as a sheet. There was no way this guy was getting out of this scot-free now that he had gotten on Leo's bad side. It was important to note that Leo was now one of the president's most favored people. It would be far too easy for Leo to get anyone killed, but this Mr. Penn guy did not seem to know that. Wilbur's driver wanted to try and persuade him to stop escalating the matter but was too terrified to even utter a word. Just then, Leo's expression darkened as he eyed Wilbur murderously. "Do you really have a death wish? Why are you trying so hard to get yourself killed like this? You won't be able to even lay a finger on me." Wilbur raised an eyebrow, unimpressed. Others might be afraid of Leo, but being close to the president meant nothing to Wilbur. Right on cue, Leo's phone began to ring.